What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report for Tuesday, May 19th, 2015, delivering some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, or on Twitter at The Enter Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Suicide Squad director David Ayer has been steadily revealing more and more glimpses of the DC supervillains in costume, but now fans watching the production from the sidelines are taking things into their own hands. Videos and photos featuring Jared Leto's Joker having a quarrel with Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn in the middle of the street hit the web on Monday. While Warner Brothers was quick to take some of them down, there are still videos showing the scene unfold from near and far. The scene shows Quinn looking quite normal compared to her punk rock appearance, Ayer previewed, so fans are speculating it's a flashback scene when she was still Dr. Harleen Quinzel. But looks can be deceiving because she puts a bullet into a bystander who appears to be trying to help her while she's confronting her crazy lover, the Joker, who is cruising in a fancy purple sports car. The Joker's hair is as green as grass, and he's rocketing a flamboyant silver blazer. He also is not afraid to give his girlfriend the chance to blow his head off. When she doesn't, he quickly disarms her, backhands her to the ground before getting back in his car. Game of Thrones once again turned off some viewers for depicting rape on Sunday, but the actress who played the character being sexually assaulted loved the scene. Fans, including a U.S. Senator, took to Twitter after Ramsay Bolton, played by Ewan Ryan, forced himself upon his new wife, Sansa Stark, played by Sophie Turner, in the 6th episode of Season 5, in which Stark marries into the family that now controls the North, her former home. Claire McCaskill tweeted, "Okay, I'm done with Game of Thrones. Water gun, a garden, stupid, gratuitous rape scene, disgusting and unacceptable. It was a rocky road that just ended." Saladin Ahmed wrote, "No, Fury Road is a rated R movie with a sexual slave or villain, yet Miller and company didn't feel the need to include a rape scene." Turner, however, felt differently upon reading how her character would be treated by Bolton, who has already been established as a very sick, twisted, and abusive individual. Turner told Entertainment Weekly, "When I read that scene, I kind of loved it. I loved the way Ramsay had Theon watching. It's all so messed up. It's also so daunting for me to do it. I've been making producer Brian Kochman feel so bad for writing that scene. I can't believe you're doing this to me, but I secretly love it." She also added, after Joffrey, she escaped him, and you think she's going to lose her virginity to a guy who's really sweet and takes care of her, and she's thrown in with a guy who's a whole lot worse. Turner added, "But I kind of like the fact she doesn't really know what a psycho he is until that night. She has a sense, but she's more scared of his father, and then that night everything gets so fucked up." In George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire book series, in which the show is based, Turner's character does not get raped when losing her virginity, but she thinks what does happen is actually worse. Turner, who hasn't read the book version of the scene, told Entertainment Weekly, "Doesn't Theon join in or something? Yeah, thank God that didn't happen." It's not just a few people on Twitter who didn't appreciate. Go-TV showrunners David Benioff and D.B. Weiss taking creative license when adapting Martin's material for television. An entire website has banned the HBO fantasy series because rape is not a necessary plot device. Deadspin writer Tom Lay took serious issues with the scene, as well as in an opinion piece titled "Game of Thrones is gross, exploitative, and totally out of ideas." He argued the people in charge of the show are free to do what they please with the characters, and viewers should always be prepared for the worst, but the problem here is that the rape scene adds no value to the overall narrative. The problem isn't that this episode included a rape, but it did so in the service of bad storytelling. It told the audience nothing that wasn't already known, and it didn't advance any plot lines beyond where they already were. It was just there, as inert as it was unpleasant. Unfortunately, that's starting to become the best way to describe the show in general. Martin addressed the uproar on his blog where he decided to disable the comment section because of the debate he said was not unanticipating. He said, "Let me reiterate what I've said before. How many children did Scarlett O'Hara have? 3 in the novel, 1 in the movie, none in real life. She was a fictional character. She never existed. The show is the show, the books are the books, 2 different tellings of the same story. There have been differences between the novels and the television show since the first episode of Season 1, and just as long I have been talking about the butterfly effect. Some changes have led to larger changes, lead to huge changes. Ultimately, Martin appeals to throw his full support behind the creative decisions of those tasked with bringing his books to life on the small screen. Martin wrote, HBO is more than 40 hours into the impossible and demanding task of adapting my lengthy, extremely complex, exceedingly novels with their layers of plots and subplots, their twists and contradictions, and unreliable narrators, viewpoints, shifts, and ambiguities, and a cast of characters in the hundreds. David and Dan and Brian and HBO are trying to make the best television series that they can. Love it or didn't love it so much, Mad Men closed on a high note. The AMC series finished with the best ever 1.7 million viewers in its key 25 to 54 demo, according to Nielsen's Live Plus same-day numbers. The show pulled in 3.3 million total viewers, with 1.4 million coming from the other important 18 to 49 demographic. It was actually the highest-rated Mad Men season finale per all three demos. The final hour and change on Sunday was the third highest rated episode among total viewers, and in the 1849 demo, behind only the season 5, which was on March 25, 2012, and season 6, which was on April 7, 2013 premieres. Both of those season openers were 2-hour double episode premieres. All that said, Mad Men is a heavily time-shifted show, often seeing gains of 100% over the 3 days following an original telecast. This is one of the reasons that AMC does not report ratings until Nielsen's L+3 numbers become available, which will be on Friday for the finale. The Mad Men series finale aired on Sunday, and fans immediately took to social media to beg for more. Famous fans of the cigarette-smoking, alcohol-guzzling, advertising gurus were also quick to chime in, voicing their support for the series finale, as well as throwing in a few humorous quips to boot. Adam McKay tweeted, "Wow, great last episode, hashtag Mad Men finale," while comedian Pat Oswalt said, "The final shot of the hashtag Mad Men finale gave me chills. I want to be snarkly, but it's the truth. Everything is co-optable. Truth and warning." Actor Nick Kroll said, "Glad to see hashtag Mad Men didn't succumb to the payola scheme big onion ring." While legendary author Judy Blume wrote 2 hours to go until finale, hashtag Mad Men, "Will any of us be able to sleep tonight? I'm weepy just thinking about saying goodbye." SNL's Colin Jost said, "Whoa, last time we get these Mad Men credits." While Bill Corbett wrote down, "Very disappointed nobody punched Pete Campbell one last time, hashtag Mad Men finale." And Fault in Our Stars author John Green wrote, "Why I like the Mad Men finale? To me, it was always a clever but not so great show about the ascent of clever but not great content." The first night of Dancing with the Stars season 20 finale began with soldier and double amputee Noah Galloway and Sharna Berger's redo of their Argentine tango that earned 30 out of 40 the first time around. Alabama native said he didn't expect to last a month. He also added, "However, now being in the finals, I mean, that's incredible. I think I've got a shot at winning the Mirrorball Trophy." A little wobble on the end, but Judge Len Goodman said there's been improvement and Galloway has more confidence. Julianne Hough told the veteran to come back with even more confidence. Bruno Tonelli said, "The beginning of this was actually the best you've done ever." But Carrie Ann Inaba said it was hard for her to watch because his nerves showed, but she applauded his survival spirit. Glee's Warber Riker Lynch partnered with Alison Holker for a Pirates of the Caribbean themed Paso Doble, which originally grabbed a 38 score. Riker, Captain Jack is back. The couple got a standing ovation from the audience and Goodman. Huff praised the young actor and singer's controlled energy. "It was absolutely something, a wild gesticulating," Tolini said, but the audience roar drowned out his assessment. "It got really excited here." Inaba said, "Epic," Goodman said. As their Hollywood royalty mom and dad, Demi Moore and Bruce Willis, looked on from the audience, Rumor Willis and Val Chemerinsky repeated their Week 1 Foxtrot, which received the highest score of that night with a 32. But Rumor said she felt like she had been dancing scared. After their performance, Tolini said Rumor is now dancing royalty. Inaba said it was poetry in motion. Goodman gushed. Huff said tonight it was flawless. Yippee indeed, host Tom Bergeron quipped, setting the scene for the freestyle round, noting that none of the dance professionals had won previously, which will mean brand new champions all around. Before his freestyle performance, Galloway broke into tears describing the dance to come. Char's been able to really tap into my story. I think it's going to be good. It's going to be powerful because it's real. They danced to Titanium, which Galloway and Fatigues and several other dancers, and received a standing ovation from the audience and judges. Goodman said, amazing. Jillian, for me, that was a celebration. Tolini called the performance truthful and transcendent. Inaba stressed that Galloway's performance reminds the world that dance is art. Lynch and Holker donned white top hats and tail costumes for a routine set to jazz standards, I Won't Dance, that transitioned into a funky hip-hop number. Tonini responded, it's like watching Fred Astaire reinvent, repackage, and represent for a new generation with infectious enthusiasm. With time running short, Willis and Chemerinsky performed a sexy Paso Doble heavy freestyle to a cover of Britney Spears' Toxic, which Tonini called luscious, Goodman called brave, and Huff said it was raw, real, so on point. Inaba was moved to say, this night is off the charts. The two-hour results shows air Tuesday, May 19th on ABC. Beyonce and Nicki Minaj set the internet on fire Monday when they dropped the surprise music video for Feeling Myself exclusively on Tidal. The single, a collaboration from Minaj's 2014 album, The Pink Print, has been burning up the music charts, and now it's burning up social media as well, igniting trends on Facebook and Twitter. The sexy footage featured the ladies partying with friends in the desert at Coachella, twerking and showing off their curves and swimwear. While initially posted to the subscription-only streaming service, the video was quickly ripped and shared on other sites. Tidal launched last year and was brought on by Beyonce's husband Jay-Z in January for a reported $56 million. He relaunched the app on March 30th. Tidal is being seen as a rival to Spotify, though it doesn't have a free ad-supported version. Standard definition stream starts at $9.99 a month, and a high-definition audio version goes for $19.99. In recent months, the music service has suffered its share of rough patches, including the departure of CEO Andy Chen and layoffs. On Saturday night, Jay delivered on his promise to offer special content to Tidal subscribers by performing 2 decades of his hit at a special B-Sides concert that streamed live on the service. Mrs. Jay-Z and Minaj delivered on the promise again Monday with the Feeling Myself video. Carrie Underwood, Keith Urban, and Luke Bryan will perform at the 2015 CMT Music Awards, the network announced Tuesday. Florida Georgia Line, Jason Aldean, Kenny Chesney, and Lady Antebellum are also set to take the stage at the annual event held at the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. Last week, through a multi-platform rollout, CMT unveiled nominations for the awards, which include more than 45 nominated artists and groups. Country superstar Carrie Underwood is the front runner with 5 nominations, including 2 for Video of the Year, 2 for Female Video of the Year, and 1 for Collaborative Video of the Year for a duet with Miranda Lambert. Lady Antebellum and Kenny Chesney followed with an impressive 4 nominations each. Additional performers, presenters, and hosts will be announced at a later date. Fans can vote now via the CMT website through June 7th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to determine the winners. 6 finalists for Video of the Year will be announced at the beginning of the live show, and fans can then vote at CMT.com throughout the live telecast to determine the night's big winner. The CMT Music Awards will air June 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on CMT. Day 7 of the Cannes Film Festival. At Sunday night's screening of festival sensation Carol, some women were turned away for wearing flats on the red carpet, setting off a Twitter revolt from women half outraged, half amused, and director Axiv Kapadelia of the Amy Winehouse documentary confirmed it happened to his wife too on the way to his premiere. He tweeted, "It happened to my wife, eventually let in." In a report by the Screen International magazine, they said in a bad PR move for the push of gender equality, a handful of women in their 50s were turned away from the screening of Tom Haynes' competition entry Carol on Sunday night after being told the height of their smart footwear didn't pass muster. The report went on to allege that elderly guests with medical conditions were also turned away. Festival director Thierry Friamo and its subsequent darling denied this report on Twitter, a highly embarrassing subject to be battling at a festival where he was just handed out awards to women in a move to encourage gender equality. He wrote, "Not at all, and the rumor that the festival requires high heels for women on the steps is unfounded." Fallout from the article even had stars like Emily Blunt weighed in at a press conference for a new Denis Villeneuve drama Sicario. Blunt told reporters, "I think everyone should wear flats. To be honest, we shouldn't wear high heels anymore." The affair got hashtags from hashtag #HeelGate to hashtag Flatgate, and bloggers, including Village Voice film critic Stephanie Zachary, naturally had a field day. She tweeted, "So let me get this straight. I could wear these on the red carpet at cons, but not these. Theoremo Ferex, please wear these tonight. Thanks." After a brief intermission for the animated fun of Inside Out, cons pivoted right back into narrowing drama mode as Emily Blunt, Benicio del Toro, and Josh Brolin presented Denis's Villeneuve drug drama. Blunt plays an FBI agent recruited by Brolin, who's aided by a shadowy del Toro, into a task force designed to battle the Mexican drug cartels. She goes in unsure of their agenda, and the more she learns, the more unsavory it all becomes. The rapper Steve Pond followed the film's premiere on Tuesday evening. He wrote, "With the worldwide as dark as night and a moody as brilliant captured by the great cinematographer Roger Deakins, Villeneuve's film is a state-of-the-art blackness, though it's also brutal enough to have caused walkouts." Vulture critic Kyle Buchanan wrote, "I just didn't care. Benicio is good in it. Blunt is Dior. It's all a little familiar." BuzzFed Alison Wilmore said, "Despite Parentious air, ultimately more silly thriller than mythic statement on dark times, but Blunt, Del Toro, Brolin, all terrific." There seems to be a universal praise for the aforementioned Deakins, who previously worked with Villeneuve on Prisoner. One Twitter user wrote, "Cinematographer Roger Deakins next to Josh Brolin gets the biggest applause in the Sicario intros." Stuart Ford, CEO of IM Global and a leading international financier and producer, spoke with the Wrap editor-in-chief Sharon Waxman about the aggressive sellers market cons 2015 has emerged. "Weinstein is aggressively buying, and so is Focus," he said. "It's becoming much more of a seller's market than it was 18 months ago. It's great for the financing community since U.S. deals are still the cornerstone of the industry, and they drive international sales activities." Entertainment One has scooped up U.S. distribution rights for The Wannabe, Patricia Arquette's first film since winning the Best Supporting Actress Oscar for Boyhood in February, the Wrap has learned. Co-starring Boardwalk Empire's Vincent Piazza and The Sopranos alum Michael Imperioli, director Nick Sandow's drama follows a duo obsessed with American mafia culture. Martin Scorsese serves as an executive producer with leading producers in Pasia, Lily Nastro, and Michael Gasparo. Magnolia Pictures has also acquired U.S. rights to Arnaud Desplechin's My Golden Days, a drama screening in the director's fortnight sidebar at the Cannes Film Festival. Michael Amerlik stars in the film as an anthropologist looking back on his life and on a long-lost love. The film, which makes use of abundant flashbacks, largely won acclaim for Desplechin, who previously his Cannes entry was the controversial Jimmy P., the psychotherapy of a Plains Indian. The deal was negotiated for Magnolia by Dory Begley and John von Thaden, and for Wild Bunch by Carol Baraton. Before viewers say goodbye to David Letterman, say hello to Scooter. On Monday, Conan O'Brien introduced his loyal audience to the latest late-night talk show coming to cable, Scooter Tonight. The fake MSNBC offering is hosted by Scooter, a golden retriever in a suit with a soft spot for dog treats. Like all late-night hosts, Scooter has recurring segments such as Getaway Mailman, Wall of Smells, and of course, Would You Pee on It? Unlike most, he tends to hump his guests. Bad dog. Scooter is pretty much a disaster when it comes to the cooking segments, but he'll tug at your heartstrings when paying tribute to mentor dog Barney LaGrange, a pit bull stand-up comic who for somehow lived 60 human years. Jimmy Fallon paid tribute to retiring Late Show host David Letterman on Monday by thanking Letterman for years of innovation, fun, and just plain weirdness. Fallon said, "I, like every kid who grew up watching him, will miss him." He then pulled out a page from his 8th grade yearbook in which Fallon's teacher had predicted he would one day take over for Letterman on the late night show, a prediction that came true when Fallon took over the show from 2009 to 2014. Fallon then shared a story about being invited onto Letterman's show once he was hosting late night. Fallon said, "You don't want to see a talk show host go on another guy's talk show to talk about the talk show." Nevertheless, he went and was surprised when Letterman asked to see him before their segment. Fallon peeked his head around the late show curtains to see Letterman sitting at the desk with a smile on his face waving at him. Fallon said, "I think he taught us how to be smart and stupid for comedy. He just wants to have fun and be goofy, and I'll always remember that." And finally tonight, Maya Rudolph gave the 2015 graduating class of Tulane University a commencement they won't soon forget. After concluding her speech, Rudolph launched into a bizarre version of the national anthem that featured a seemingly endless number of strange voices. The act was a throwback to Rudolph's Saturday Night Live performance as Pamela Bell, a woman who wins a contest to sing the national anthem before a World Series. Here's a clip of it.
Love you, class of 2015. If you would indulge me, since we are in the Superdome, would you mind rising one more time for the national anthem? It's my turn.
Who's the runners to race? And right. For the railroads, we watch.
And that is your entertainment report for Tuesday, May 19th, 2015. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. Or on Twitter at The Enter Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Have a great day, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.